Welcome to the Property Renovation Podcast. For anyone who loves renovation, wants to save money, and to learn the best tips and tricks of the industry. And now, your host, 3 times award winner of leading renovation website House, and over 15 years in the industry, renovating just over 200 properties, James Woodham.
Hey guys, and welcome to the episode 20 of the Property Renovation Podcast. My name is James, and today I actually wanted to talk to you about how to communicate with your builder. But before I do, I just want to mention a couple of things. So first of all, thank you very much for listening to us over the past few months. We've grown over to over 1,000 subscribers, and in 13 countries as well, which is quite impressive, if I say so myself. And, you know, we want, this is really good news because we want to continue growing. We want to continue helping homeowners. And if that's all around the world, then great. Then I've met my vision and my goals. But ultimately, if you have anyone that is about to go through a build, a renovation, tell them about the podcast and get them to listen to the episodes. There's some great episodes on here. And there are some more great ones to come along as well. So just thank you very much for helping this grow to what I want it to be, which is ultimately saving time and money for homeowners, for yourselves. Now, just before I go into talking about the best ways to communicate with your builder, I just wanted to tell you that last week, the sponsor of this podcast, which is Akiva Projects, we were at the Home Building and Renovation Show at the Excel. And we had a stand there and we were selling our services. But the best part is that I got to really engage with homeowners that are doing self-builds, renovations, loft conversions, and extensions. And it was really, really, really exciting to actually hear their stories about what they're going through, and what they've been through. But one of the key things were that they don't quite know how to communicate with their builder. They don't quite know what to say. They don't quite know how to say it. And, you know, I just thought that this would be the best opportunity to actually talk about how the best ways are to communicate with your builder. Just a couple more things. So anyone that did that was at the Home Building Renovation Show, and you're listening to this, you probably got one of the cards that I was sending around. So thank you very much for being inquisitive and listening to the podcast and downloading this episode as well. So thank you very much. I hope you still stay to continuously listening to the previous episodes and the episodes to come. One more thing, just before we go into the episode. Akiva Projects, the sponsor of the podcast, has actually got something really exciting that we want to mention. We've been working in the background to form a service that we can give homeowners that can be cheap, very, very affordable, and full of knowledge, helpful tips and tricks, and things that you can actually download from the internet. It's actually called the Toolkit. And it's going to be launched in October. We've not got the date stuck down right now, but if you're interested, then you can email marketing@akivaprojects.com. I'll just quickly tell you what it's about. So basically, if you can imagine, you're just about to do a renovation, or maybe a self-build, and you know it's the first time you've ever done anything like this. And yes, fine, you can go on Google, you can find out lots of information and everything else. But we have designed a package of 10 documents that you can download all in one go, and it's designed to help you organize yourself and work with the builders a lot better, so that you can save yourself time and money and stress and everything else like that. So that it's designed to make your project run as simple as possible. There's actually one download that's going to be free, which is the A to Z blueprint to the perfect renovation, or what we think is the perfect renovation. So we were giving them out at the home renovation show, and I think we must have given out about 300 of them. So we've definitely been helping some people already. So like I said, if you're interested and you want to experience the toolkit, then anyone that emails up to 100 people, so the first 100 people that email marketing@akivaprojects.com will get the free download. It's going to be £15 to download the entire 10 documents, and I believe it's going to really, really help homeowners out there. Okay, so how to communicate with your builder. Let's be honest, builders want things simple. They want you to stick to the facts, and they just want a clear instruction so that they can just get on with their day. Time is money for them, and they don't need to be sitting around listening to conversations after conversations after conversations about the things that are going on in the property. So basically just keep things simple and bullet point everything so that you've given them a clear set of instructions for the day. There's a few ways that people communicate with builders. Now, emails. I have known people to be sending threads after threads after threads of emails to their builder, and if they are going on their phone whilst they are supposed to be working on your property, then they're spending time on the phone looking at the emails and reading the emails rather than doing the actual work. And 9 times out of 10, a builder doesn't like to be wasting time. They want to be completing the job as quick as possible, but as carefully as possible as well. So they need to be concentrating on the job in hand. So they're probably not going to get to your emails until the evening, and then maybe it'll be too late, or they are going to be, they're going to be searching and searching and searching for the emails, because people I've known to continuously email one after the other, 10 to 15 emails per day, which is not necessary. So, if you want builders to have the right information, it's best to keep it all in one place. Phone calls, they don't work. The thing is, you're going to be calling your builder from your work or from another place, and you're going to be giving instruction on the phone. By the time, if it's not just one instruction, if it's a series of instructions, then it's likely that it's going to be forgotten the minute they get off the phone, because it's a busy environment in the building industry. In your home, they've got lots of stuff going on, lots of stuff that they need to consider themselves. Those phone calls just can be forgotten unless you follow it up. Post-it notes. That's another thing I've seen. Post-it notes all over the house with descriptions and reminders of where things go, and don't forget this and don't forget that. They don't work. They can obviously fall off. They can get lost. They can be taken off of what they're working on and put on the side and then get lost and just chucked in a bin. So they don't work. And there are definitely better methods out there for communicating with your builders. First of all, before any works start, ask them, what's the best way that I can communicate with you? What are you used to? What's the best method for you? And you can suggest ways as well that might work for both of you, so that you can come to an agreement, a mutual agreement. There's lots of ways that you can communicate with builders these days, which are like to-do lists. They work really, really well. You can get an app on your phone. You can get apps on the computer these days, or you can actually print a to-do list out, which is numbered. And then those are the actions and the tasks that they need to do during that day. And then they can just go by that and check every single one off that they've done or completed. And they can even comment on the ones that they haven't done. Regular face-to-face meetings. I've known homeowners to, let's just put it this way. Builders like to start at 9, but let's be honest, there's traffic, maybe it's towards the end of the week and they stay in bed a little bit longer, maybe, and they want a little bit more rest. So they might not arrive till 10 to 9. You're in a rush, you're about to go to work, so you're going to just give some quick instructions and then you're just going to go straight out the door, which is not a good idea. So always book in some regular face-to-face meetings at critical stages of the project, so that you can have the time to calmly, in your own time, with no rush, go through what you need, what's concerning you and what you need the builder to do for you. If it's like a complete renovation, sometimes it's useful to making sure that you write on the walls. Now, I'm not talking about like scribbling on the walls. I'm talking about writing and marking in the right areas where you want things to be positioned. And you'll be surprised. Arrows and little pieces of writing really do help a builder to understand exactly what you're trying to get. You can also share documents. There's things like iCloud and Dropbox and other pieces of software out there that you can share documents with them, share photos with them, so that they can then check and understand a lot more, so you can get your message across a lot better as well. Draw diagrams. Be precise. If you're trying to write something down on some paper, try to draw a diagram. You might think that it looks ridiculous, but to the builder, it might look. It might aid them to understand what you're trying to say a lot more. So just draw anything on a piece of paper and point arrows to it and everything else, so that the more information, the better for them in some ways. Sometimes it's too much information on one piece of paper, and it's like, you've got tons and tons of notes on maybe an A4 piece of paper, and it's too much. But, the more precise information, the better. FaceTime and WhatsApp video calling. This is great because, these are modern methods of communication these days. If you're at work, you can take a break and arrange a video call with your builder that's on site. Maybe he can show you around with the video, and you can ask questions, and then you're not waiting another day to get something approved or give instruction. You can give instruction right there whilst you're talking to them on the video. And face-to-face contact, even though it is on a video, is tons better than just a phone call. If you're not sure about something, always speak up. Even if you're not going to be able to best explain it, just say to them, I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. Can you tell me in another way that I might understand? Or can you draw it? Can you describe it a bit better? But if you're not sure, don't just go, oh yeah, okay, and you really don't understand, because that's the worst thing you can do. So just say to them, be honest, I don't understand. Can you be more specific, or can you describe it in another way that I might understand? Remain professional. If there's something that's happened and you still need to give instruction about it, and you're disappointed in the way that it's turned out, try not to shout, try not to start swearing and, get all flustered. Just remain professional, remain calm, and get your point across. It's the only way that it works, because if you get upset, they get upset, and nothing gets done. So, again, sticking to the facts and giving examples. That's a good thing. Give examples of things that you don't like. So if there is a specific way that, if there are various ways that a product can be fitted, but you want it a specific way, and you would not like it if it was done the other way, then be clear about that. Say to them, I don't want it put in this way. I want it, put in this position, and this is the only position that I will find that I prefer. So you don't like any other positions or any other ways that this product can be fitted. Ask how things are going to be fitted. Don't just assume that they are going to fit something one way, and then you come home and you're completely surprised how that was supposed to fit, and say, I didn't ask for it to be fitted like that. I asked for it, I expected it to be fitted like this. No one can read your mind. So just be really clear and ask them, how will things look? How is this going to be fitted? Can you show me how this is going to look? So that you're not surprised when you get home. And show some images of things that you expect things to look at. There's Pinterest these days, and there's you can just go onto Google Images and find out how things are supposed to look and how things are how you would like things to be. So it's a short episode, but I just wanted to get it out there. Communication is one of the most important things, if not the important thing, for a successful renovation. To be done on time, to have no repetitive work done because there was no communication there in the first place. So if you want a smooth communication, if you want a smooth project, think about the communication as your number one priority, and make sure that you and your builder are on the same level and expect the same amount of communication between you before the project starts. So I hope you like this episode. If you are on Facebook, then you can go to our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/the Property Renovation Podcast. It's growing every week, which is good. And feel free to comment in there. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to put some photos up and ask, is this supposed to look like this, for instance? Or, there's some helpful people there that can help you out. And please share the podcast. If you like what you're listening to, please share it. Let everyone you know about the Property Renovation Podcast. The more it grows, the more we can help people, the more it is exposed, and it can save people time and money. So enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and I will see you on the next episode. Thank you very much.